a wonderful day to read a book. So, let's start. Getting Granny's Glasses Part 3 from Chapter 5. Did you bring any food from Raju uncle's house? Asked Mani. Naturally, said Granny. I knew you'd be hungry. There are pakoras and buns and milk sweets and peaches from your uncle's garden. Good, said Mani, forgetting his tiredness. We'll eat as we go along. There's no need to stop. Eating or walking? Eating, of course. We'll stop when you're tired, Granny. Oh, I can walk forever, said Granny, laughing. I've been doing it all my life, and one day I'll just walk over the mountains and into the sky. But not if it's raining. This umbrella leaks badly. Down again they went, and up the next mountain and through the fields and over bare wind-swept hillsides, and up through a dark, gloomy deodar forest, where a band of monkeys followed them until Mani gave them what was left of his pakoras. And then, just as it was getting dark, they saw the lights of Missouri twinkling ahead of them. As they came nearer to the town, the lights increased until presently there was a brightly lit bazaar, swallowed up by the crowds of the shoppers, strollers, tourists, and merrymakers. Missouri seemed to be a very jolly sort of place for those who had money to spend. Jostled in the crowds, Granny kept one hand firmly on Money's shoulder so that she did not lose him. They asked around for the cheapest hotel, but there were no cheap hotels, so they spent the night in a dharamshala adjoining the temple, where other pilgrims had taken shelter for the night. Next morning at the eye hospital, they joined a long queue of patients. The eye specialist, a portly man in a suit and tie who himself wore glasses, dealt with the patients in brisk but kind manner. After an hour's wait, Granny's turn came. Chapter 6. The doctor took one horrified look at Granny's glasses and dropped them into a wastepaper basket. Then he fished them out and placed them on his desk and said, On second thought, I think I'll send them to a museum. You should have changed them years ago. They've probably done more harm than good. He examined Granny's eyes with a strong light and said, Your eyes are very weak, but you're not going to go blind. We'll fit you up with a stronger pair of glasses. Then he placed Granny in front of a board covered with letters in English and Hindi, large and small, and asked her if she could make them out. I can't even see the board, said Granny. Well, can you see me? Said the doctor. Some of you, said Granny. I want you to see all of me, said the doctor, and he balanced a wire frame on Granny's nose and began trying out different lenses. Suddenly, Granny could see much better. She saw the board and the biggest letters on it. Can you see me now? Asked the doctor. Most of you, replied Granny, and then added by the way of being helpful, there's quite a lot of you to see. Thank you, said the doctor. And now turn around and tell me if you can see your grandson. Granny turned and saw Money clearly for the first time in many years. Money! She exclaimed, clapping her hands with joy. How nice you look! What a fine boy I've brought up! But you need a haircut and a wash and buttons on your shirt and a new pair of shoes. Come along to the bazaar. First have your glasses made, said Money, laughing. Then we'll go shopping. A day later they were in the bus again, although no one knew how far it would be able to go. Sooner or later they would have to walk. Granny had a window seat, and Money sat beside her. He had new shoes, and Granny had a new umbrella, and they had also bought a thick woolen Tibetan pullover for Money's father, and seeds and bulbs for a cowbell. As the bus moved off, Granny looked eagerly out of the window. Each bend in the road opened up new vistas for her, and she could see many things that she hadn't seen for a long time. Distant villages, people walking in the fields, milkmen on the road, two dogs rushing along beside the bus, monkeys in the trees, and most wonderful of all, a rainbow in the sky. She couldn't see perfectly, of course, but she was very pleased with the improvement. What a large cow, she remarked, pointing at a beast grazing on the hillside. It's not a cow, Granny, said Money. It's a buffalo. Granny was not to be discouraged. Anyway, I saw it, she insisted. While most of the people in the bus looked weary and bored, Granny continued to gaze outside of the window, discovering new sights. Money watched for a long time and listened to her excited chatter. Then his head began to nod. It dropped against Granny's shoulder, and it remained there, comfortably supported. The bus swerved and jolted along the winding mountain road, but Money was fast asleep. How exciting! We finished the story. Hope you come back for more videos on Mibary, the library of everything. Goodbye!